Hi, Early Connection staff. It's with a full heart that I talk with you today about the work that you do. And thank you for everything that you've done for Early Connections, for our children and our families over the past 2 years. Before that, and in the future too, but these have been some incredibly trying times for all of us. We've all struggled, but we know how hard you've worked more than anything in your classrooms, day in and day out, with not enough teachers, not being able to cover classrooms, not being able to do the things that we know are our best practices, giving up your planning time, everything that you've done to maintain quality even when we haven't been able to give you those supports. And I just want you to know how much we appreciate that, and how much you're appreciated not only by the leadership staff, but by the board. Back in July, we've been having conversations forever, as you know, about the early care and education profession and the lack of pay for professionals that work in this field, and the declining number of people that are going into the industry, and how we're all suffering in a time when we have begun to be recognized as a value to the economic recovery of our country. And so it's become even more challenging. And so we've been having these conversations. I've been having these conversations with our board for many, many months. We were able to do a small adjustment in the early part of 2021, but we knew that that wasn't sufficient, and we were concerned about that. We're interested in what's going to happen at the national level, but in the meantime, we have a job to do. Early Connections exists solely to serve children. That's why we're here. It's been the work we've done for over 126 years, and so now's not the time to say we're not enrolling, we're closing classrooms. The board chair and our incoming chair asked me to pull together the executive committee, and the executive committee met, and we talked at length about the work that you do and how valuable it is and how important it is to the field of early care and education and to Early Connections. And so they asked that I make a presentation to the board at their meeting a couple of weeks ago, and that we adjust salaries, which they voted on full approval, unanimous vote, and said that those salaries should go into effect immediately. Now, I know you know this. I know you've had an opportunity to talk with your center directors, and I hope they told you how much we appreciate it, how much we appreciate you. But I wanted you to hear it from me, and I wanted you to hear it on behalf of our board, that the work you do is meaningful. The work you do is important. You're changing the lives of children, and we wouldn't be able to do this work without you. So we've made a significant investment. We hope that we're leading the way in wages in our community. We hope that people will step up and be pioneers like we are trying to be pioneers, and make a statement about how important this profession is. We hope more than anything that it will drive people onto our employment page, sending resumes into our HR department so that we can get our positions filled. We can take some of the pressure off of you of working long days, have extended hours, limiting opportunities to take vacation and sick days, because we just don't have staff. We want to be able to get back to some kind of normal. We want you to have the opportunities to do the things in your classrooms that, and together as a team, that make Early Connections the outstanding, high quality organization that it is. And we can't do that without you having those supports. And we want to be there to support you. So I want to say thank you. I want you to understand what an important decision this was by our board of directors, and what a strong commitment they made to each of you every day for the work you do, and to our children and families. And we couldn't do this without you. So we'll be having a staff appreciation day on the 24th of September. We'll be having lunch catered in for your centers, for all of your staff. Leadership team will be stopping by to visit, spend some time with you based on how we are with COVID, but we want to get in and see you and thank you and see the work you're doing. We also will make sure that we've ordered t-shirts. We're not sure they're going to be in by the date of the staff appreciation, but we hope so. If not, you're each getting 2 new t-shirts, Early Connections t-shirts. The board has donated gift cards again this year for you each to get gift cards. So typically when we do our annual staff appreciation dinner, we recognize people that have hit some milestones in years of service to us. And so this year, because we won't be together, these folks are getting plaques, but I just want to recognize Liz Denson, who's been with us 5 years plus, because Liz worked for us, left, and came back because we're such a fun place. And Melissa Downs for 5 years of service to Early Connections Learning Centers. So if you see them, give them a pat on the back and thank them for their tenure with us in reaching this milestone. And we look forward to honoring more of you next year. Thanks.